I'm still untangling my earbuds. Just a second. I'm Pat Murray. Welcome to Bull City Hangout 819. What a fumble bus I am sometimes. Anyway, I am Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham, North Carolina's online community paper. And with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham. And then I invite you to join me on camera to hang out, shoot the breeze, share information, etc. Let me grab my iPad real quick. And we will start, let's see. Oh, the link to join me is right there on the page there on Facebook. You can join me at any time. But first, let me make these announcements. So the summer meals program of the Durham Public Schools is ongoing, at least for the next couple of weeks. So I will still continue to list the schools where you can go and pick up a free bag lunch for your child ages 18 and under. Also, adults can get free non-perishable food supplies. So you have until 12:30 to get to Bethesda, Eno Valley, Githens, RN Harris, Hillside High, Parkwood, or Sandy Ridge. And then you have until 1:30 to get to Burton, Lakeview, Shepherd, Southern High, or Southwest. Alrighty, so that is the school tools page. And I did want to thank Chicken Hut, Healthy Start Academy, and Grace Church of Durham for their summer meals programs. They're over, but I did want to thank them because they fed thousands, literally thousands of young people. So I really thank them. So let's go to the word page. That is the governmental and nonprofit information page. And I'm just going to mention, I mention this just about every day. I don't want you to get sick of it, but sometimes people are watching Bull City Hangout for the first time. And I do want them to know that the city of Durham has this water hardship fund to help people catch up with their water bill, up to $240 worth. And the county DSS, Durham, the Durham County Department of Social Services, they have emergency funds to help people with their rent and their mortgage payments if their jobs have been affected by COVID-19. So I'm just mentioning that. You can go to the word page and read about that. I know you might get tired of me mentioning it every day, but people need to know, especially if they need the help. Okay, and here's something that's new. You do know about the Durham Technical Community College Small Business Program, or Center rather. They have these free webinars full of information, really wonderful. And so they have this all-day thing going on today, and it is called the Next Level Virtual Marketing Summit. It started at 9 this morning, and it's going until 4. They have lots of different topics, lots of great information. I personally don't know if it's too late to sign up, but if you do want to tiptoe in and see what's going on, it's free after all. Just click on the link and see if you can get in. If you can't, hopefully that same information will be available later. Alrighty, and just to let you know in advance, tomorrow, this is going to be tomorrow evening, so I will be mentioning it during tomorrow's show as well. But just to let you know in advance, they're going to have a webinar called Ideas to Transform Your Digital Marketing. Everything's online now just about, so you might want to check that out. So it's definitely not too late to sign up for that. You just go to the word page, click on the link, sign up, and then attend tomorrow. All righty, let's see what else is going on. Oh yeah, this is definitely new. I mean, I'm just now hearing about this. Okay, so the NC Works Next Gen program, they're looking for referrals of young people ages 17 to 24. They have opportunities for them, such as work experience internships. They have paid classroom training. They have job opportunities. They're looking for young people ages 17 to 24 who are seriously in need. They're all in need, but what I mean is those who are really having trouble, those who are like parenting on their own, young people who are pregnant, involved now or in the past with the justice system, if you know what I'm saying. Also, those who might be homeless. And homeless does include not just living out in the street, but like just sleeping on someone's couch, someone who's not related to you or whatever, and you're just like crashing on their couch. That's considered homeless. Okay. Also, those who are high school dropouts and have limited opportunities, those who are low income, or laid off due to COVID-19. So they're looking for referrals. So the young people can't sign up on their own. They have to be referred. So see who can refer you if you're a young person and you want to grab this opportunity. I'm assuming that an organization can include a church. I'm just saying, nonprofit. So see what you can do. Contact me if you're having a problem connecting with someone, but there should be some way for you to hook up with this program. So again, you can't sign yourself up. You have to be signed up or referred to by an agency or an organization. All right. And the information, like I just said, can be found on the Word page. Just scroll down to NC Works Next Gen. The person to contact will answer the phone saying that she's with Eckerd Connects, but that's the name of the, the partner of NC Works Next Gen program for this particular program. All righty. What else is going on the Word page? Let's scroll down to SCORE. SCORE stands for Service Corps of Retired Executives. These are older people who have extensive experience in business. They're mentors now. They have free webinars, free mentoring, etc. So let's see what's going on. Let's see. Something's going on tomorrow. So let's check for August 20th. Okay, there is a webinar called Closing a Business. This is sad, actually. Closing a Business, How to Legally Close Your Company. I've noticed some businesses are starting to shut down due to lack of business, lack of income due to COVID-19. Sometimes you just have to know when to shut down and try something else. Sometimes you're not closing a business due to, adversity. Sometimes you just want to retire and go fishing. So again, it's called Closing a Business, How to Legally Close Your Company. That's going to be tomorrow from 1 until 2. So I'm telling you now, that is for tomorrow. You might want to sign up and check that out. All right, I think there's one more thing I wanted to list. The Women's Business Center of North Carolina, they're in downtown Durham, and they have something going on tomorrow, and it's from noon until 1, so you definitely want to know about that now. You might want to watch that instead of watching Bull City Hangout tomorrow. I don't mind that at all. You can always watch the replay. So tomorrow they have something called Risk and Mitigation of COVID-19 on Cyber Security. Very important for businesses. So that's going to be tomorrow from noon until 1. It's free. It's offered by the Women's Business Center of North Carolina. So just go to the Word page, scroll down, click on that. It's going to be a Zoom event. So sign up and then attend that tomorrow from noon until 1. All righty. Let's go to the senior. Actually, I'm not going to go to the senior page. I'm just going to mention that the Durham Center for Senior Life's Summer Fan Program has ended. Usually they give away fans in the summertime on Thursdays. They've given them all away. And it's starting to cool off anyway. It's only going to be 86. It's still hot, but not super hot. So I want to thank Durham Center for Senior Life for their program. I was able to get a fan, and I was able to help two friends get fans, two friends who really needed a fan because air conditioning, you know how it is, it's expensive to run, and some of us don't even have air conditioning. So I do thank them. All righty, let's go to the legal page. It's called Legalese. Tomorrow is the deadline. If you wanted to run for or apply for the vacancy to be considered for Ward 3 City Council, as you know, Vernetta Alston has moved on. She's now NC State Representative. So there's a vacancy in Ward 3. Of course, you have to be living in Ward 3. Let me just go through the rules here. So they're going to be looking over the applications. They're going to narrow down the candidates down to a minimum of 3, 7 max. And they'll be talking about it during a special virtual work session, which you can watch online. That's going to be this coming Monday. So again, you have to be living in Ward 3. And the deadline is tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Then after this work session on Monday, the finalists will be interviewed during a special meeting, which we can also watch next Thursday. That should be really fun. And then they'll take their vote on next Monday, the 31st at 10:15. So that should be really interesting. So let's see. You have to be at least age 21. You have to live within the Durham city limits and reside in Ward 3. You have to be a registered voter on record with the Durham County Board of Elections. Of course, it makes sense. And then you have to be up to date with your taxes, city and county. So definitely check that out. I'd like to see who wins. All right, that is it for the, oh, that's not it for the legal page. There's one more. Meet the candidates. Equality North Carolina. They deal with LGBTQ plus issues. They're holding an online Council of State town hall meeting where you can meet the candidates running for office. This is going to be tonight from 6:30 until 8. And you will be able to meet the candidates running for school superintendent, commissioner of agriculture, insurance, labor, for the state treasurer, secretary of state, lieutenant governor, and attorney general. Big meeting tonight, 6:30 till 8. You can actually submit your questions in advance, okay? And then you can click to register and to attend the meeting tonight at 6:30. All right, now let's go to the Let's Go page. That's the calendar of events page, the most visited page. The Durham Skywriter, let's see. Let's see. Yes, Nehemiah Christian Center, they are giving away free bag lunches as we speak until 1 o'clock. They do this Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. They're downtown on Mangum. It's from noon until 1. Free bag lunches from Nehemiah Christian Center. All right. Also, this just started, but the North Carolina Office of Environmental Education and Public Affairs, they're hosting ships, submersibles, and deep sea creatures. Oh my, experiences of studying the deep. Wow. So NC State students are talking about their adventures and going underwater and doing this research. This should be really fun. You don't have to worry about being late because it's on YouTube. You don't have to sign up for anything. So you can actually just click and go to YouTube and watch this really fun adventure. That sounds like fun. All right. Also today, ICNA Relief and Jamaat Ibad al-Rahman. That's right across from Chicken Hut. Oh, people are saying hello. I'm not even noticing. I am so sorry. So Kurt, let me put up their messages. Hello, Curtis. And Curtis we've been talking about ideas and how to improve our live streams. Hello, Curtis. Hello, Laura Johnson from New Bern. How about that? If I'm not mistaken, New Bern, correct me if I'm wrong, I think, I'm not from North Carolina, but I think New Bern was the state capital at one time, like hundreds of years ago, a couple hundred, I don't know. Let me know if I'm wrong. Anyway, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And in fact, let me finish real quick. Okay. Yes. At Jamaat Ibad al-Rahman, that's across the street from Chicken Hut, they will be giving away produce. They have their fresh produce pickup starting at 2 o'clock. And I can begin to tell you, we're talking serious produce. We're talking full bag of potatoes, full bag of luscious apples. And I know from personal experience, that's why I'm so enthusiastic. Big head of cabbage, big head of lettuce, bag of carrots, let's see, zucchini, and sometimes yellow squash. So yeah, we're talking serious produce for a couple of hours while supplies last. That's the one on Fayetteville Street. They do have two masjids, but this is the one across from Chicken Hut, starting at 2, going until 4:30-ish or 5-ish, depending on how many people show up. So get your fresh produce if you're in need. That's a wonderful service, and I thank you. Okay, New Visions of Africa restaurant. They give away free lunches or snacks, whatever you want to call it, meals from 3 until 6. I don't know what that's called. Lunch, dinner, whatever, between 3 and 6. If you're in need, just stop by and they will just hand it to you. No strings attached. I think you have to give your name and that's it. Again, that's from 3 until 6. That's every weekday. All righty. And I told you about the town hall meeting, Equality North Carolina. Told you about that. Well, here's something. Duke Performances and WXDU Radio, they're co-hosting the Music in Your Gardens series. Of course, it's not in Duke Gardens because of COVID-19. It's online. So country singer Reese Palmer will be in concert from 7 until 8. I checked her Facebook page, so it's a pre-recorded concert, but she will be on hand in the chat. So that should be fun. You can ask her questions and just shoot the breeze with her. That should be really, really fun. So the link can be found. This is a free event on the Let's Go page. Colleen is here as well. Let me put her. Shamika is everybody's here. Oh my God. So hello from Colleen. Colleen is awesome. She's on YouTube. And Shamika's here on Facebook. And Shamika was on um, the Fix It Sisters um, premiere podcast. I think it's called a podcast. I'm not sure what it's called, but it was really fun. It was Saturday. So hello, Shamika. She has Slice 325. It's like a educational, culinary, nutritional nonprofit. And if she wants to join in, I know she said she couldn't join the last time I invited her because she was out in the country with bad, internet connection. But anybody's free to join. So Colleen, if you actually wanted to come to Facebook and click on the link, you can join as well. Okay, let's see if anything else is happening. Okay, we see Palmer 7 until 8. Okay, on YouTube. Okay. Tomorrow, Durham County Sheriff's Office, the Animal Services Division, they're back in business with their rabies vaccination clinic. So you can take your dog or your cat, they have to be age 4 months or older, to get their annual vaccination for rabies. $10 cash, $10 even. And just read the rules. Go to the Let's Go page and read the rules. Photo ID. You have to be able to contain your pet. Leashes. That sort of thing. So again, $10 cash, and that is tomorrow morning from 9:30 until 11. And if that's too early for you, then again, 2 until 3:30. Contact them, make that appointment, and get your pet taken care of. And then, like I said, Nehemiah Christian Center, they'll be giving away bag lunches tomorrow also from noon to 1. All righty. Let's see what's going on with the weather. I can already tell you it's perfect. But let me give you the official prognosis here. What's the word? Prognosis? Forecast. So it's 84 right now. It's partly sunny. Actually, it's fully sunny on Cap Street here. It's going up to 86, and we might get late afternoon thunderstorms. It's never just rain around here. It's always thunderstorms. So dramatic. Tomorrow's going to be 82 with a chance of thunderstorms. And it just feels perfect. I don't feel a lot of humidity. In fact, I don't even have my ceiling fan on right now. So it is like absolute perfection right now. So if somebody wants to join me, that would be super awesome. And Laura, even if you're in New Bern, that's fine. You can join me as well. I've had people join me from Chicago, my hometown. I've had people join me from Texas. That's Curtis. So anybody wants to join and share some information or shoot the breeze, tell a joke, give some encouragement. Hey, Barb is here. Let's see what's going on with Barb. Let's see. Hey, Barb.
Oh, let me get a different screen on. Hang on just a second.
I like that.
So I really don't want to come on cam this morning if I don't have to. I mean,
That's okay.
Let me see if it's okay. Not even changing.
There's one. That's nice.
That's the one. That's the camera that's actually inside, but it's always projected out by the
nice.
through the center so that I can catch the kids. But they're both sleeping at my feet here at the computer station right now.
Your corgi, I almost said twins. They're not twins, but siblings.
Nope. Right. Siblings. Yeah. September 5th is their birthday, so they're almost a year old. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew they were puppies. I didn't know they weren't. Because are they considered full grown at 1 or 2?
I have no clue on that. I haven't Googled it. I haven't realized. To me, they're puppies, of course.
Well, they're very cute. I know that they were barking at the deer. Have you had any deer lately walking around?
Well, this last week we had fires.
Oh,
Was it Thursday through? I mean, they put them out. I think by Monday
okay.
of this week. But
Gee.
whenever it's the fire season in the summer. It's
Hmm.
already 70 degrees
Okay.
out here.
And folks, she's out northwest. It's not anywhere near here. She's out in the northwest. So wow, that must be kind of scary though.
Yeah.
Only
So
one, only once have I smelled smoke. I think there was a fire here in North Carolina. I can't remember where it was exactly. I think it was south of here. But amazingly, the winds actually were such that we actually smelled the fire here in Durham. But I've never actually been close to a forest fire. No, thank you. I never wanted to be close to one.
well, for the past, I would say 10 days, we have the Facebook memories that come
Hmm.
up automatically.
Uh
And
huh.
for the past 10 days, I've been getting for the uh, reminders from 8 years back to now of fires that have occurred during this time of year.
Gee whiz.
And I was like, because I was one that had the N95 mask here
Hmm.
with me because of the fire season. I didn't have to go get any masks or anything because I already had a stock because I
Nice.
have them for the fire season. Yeah.
Oh, I have a question for you, Barb, because you're super knowledgeable about computers and systems and stuff. Do you know if there's a way to somehow control the Facebook memories? The reason I'm asking is that a friend of mine lost her mom, and every day Facebook memories is showing her mom, and it's killing her because she hasn't got, well, I shouldn't say gotten over. It's not like you get over. You know what I mean? It's too raw because it was too recent.
Uh huh.
So, is there a way to control or do something about Facebook memories? Because it's hard. She says it's hard for her to even go on Facebook at this point.
Um. So one is to go to facebook.com/on this day and click on preferences.
Oh, let me write that down.
You can go on Tom's.
Facebook. Dot.
There's a
Uh,
let me give you this website because he
okay.
always comes up helpful, and
Okay.
it's tomsguide.com,
Okay.
tomsguide.com,
Okay.
and it's how to block a memory. It says to block memories from a specific time period,
Oh.
and he gives you all the steps there. And I think what I can do, let me see if I can click on this link. But I go to Tom's Guide for a lot of have for years. And
I thank you so
right,
much, Barb.
just a second.
Yeah.
Because even I'm not a young person anymore, and keeping stuff like that at the top of mind is really tough. Now let me see. I can give you the link in here, but I can't. So I mean, in the
Oh,
production
private.
studio for StreamYard, but you would
Okay.
have to pick it up if you wanted to share it, or
Okay. Let's see if I can do that. Okay.
because it's long, and my feeling is otherwise we can, because I can't comment unless I go back into Facebook, and I don't want to open up Facebook.
Okay. Let's see if this works.
But you can grab
Oh
it,
yeah, there it is.
so you can copy and paste. Should be.
So I just posted it in the chat for later use and also for anybody else
Yeah,
who's having a hard time.
it
Because
came up. Yeah.
yeah, because I can understand that. That's yeah, that can be. Actually, I'm going to post it on YouTube as well for my YouTube viewers
Yeah.
because that's good to know. Because I can imagine. I mean, I know certain people. I won't mention them, of course, who share their grief on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, and it's a nice way to get virtual hugs, et cetera, et cetera. And so, yeah, it's good to be able to let Facebook know to please stop posting these pictures. They're hurting my heart. So that's good. Thank you so much, Barb. Seriously.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah. So what else is going on in the Northwest with your wild animals walking around? What was that? You had cows too?
Well, we got the fencing repaired so the cows can't get in. And
Oh,
it
it's too
turned
bad,
out that
really.
the fencing responsibility was the homeowners had was on us, on the homeowners association at the
Oh,
resort. So
oh.
that was not a good thing. But
Well,
but so it goes. I mean, you saw what was happening. That was not a good thing either.
but cows are harmless. They don't do anything. They just kind of walk around, don't they? They're real slow.
Well, and
Just,
they I really don't want to go into that story, quite frankly.
okay.
They they are not
They're not harmless.
well, it's all a matter of perspective.
I understand.
Yes, I
I'm
can't
from
I
Chicago
can
and really don't know much about wild animals.
oh,
So
okay.
that's why I assume that they're harmless. Because
It's
the one time that I saw a cow up close, I went to Talladega College, which is in rural Alabama, and we used to have a cow that would stand outside the art building, and I would just stare at it in fascination, coming and going from class because I didn't know that they were that big,
mhm.
and all it did was it just kind of stood there chewing. I assume that's what they do all day. When I'm Durham is a small city, but we do have wilderness, or what I call wilderness, close by, and I do occasionally see cows, and they're always sitting and standing, just you know, they're like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
They don't. I've never seen them run or.
Oh, they do.
They do.
They
Oh,
can
okay.
stampede and everything.
Oh, okay.
And there's
Okay.
different, there's different breeds and these, of course, were, I mean, ones that were being uh, uh, prepared to be the meat on your table. So, I mean,
Oh.
they were all marked to go
Oh.
to market. And because of COVID, everything is done, it's auctioned. And
Oh.
when they can't sell the beef, then they have to wait out to the next auction kind of stuff. So,
Oh. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. That's
there's
interesting. I
whole
think I've only
industry.
seen the milking kind.
Oh
So.
no. Well, there's they're a sport too. That's what rodeos are about. So
Oh.
anyway,
Okay.
think about it.
But those are the male cows, right? The bulls, right?
Oh,
I don't. I don't
there's
know.
all yeah. That, like I said, it's just not a conversation. When I think of cows, I
Mhm.
think of all the crap all over the yard you have to pick.
Oh, I never
And
had to deal
the
with that.
the
Okay.
manure, I mean, that's what happened here at the resort is I
Okay.
mean, they can't help that, and it's good for our soil, but again, that has to be tilled over and, it's
Mhm.
so all that
I
kind of
forgot. Yeah, I've never dealt with. I'm sure
yeah, it's
that'd
part
be
of
a
the
lot.
whole farming experience. It's really too bad. I remember as a child, because uh, I come from a family of farmers and ranchers
Hmm.
and that background. And so when you're little, I mean, you literally went out and to the chicken coop and got your eggs, and that
Wow, that's
kind of thing.
cool. That's
But
cool, though.
but when you are raised in a city, you never get to see that kind of stuff. And
Totally,
that
totally don't.
just like remember how when we were in school, you just we would compete to get to go to Europe or something, to places that as we got in junior high and senior high, it was
Okay.
to compete your scholastic scores and so forth that they would offer up. Well, you can go to, because I remember my sophomore year, um, if you had the highest score, you could get in and you were in honor society.
Oh yeah, I
You could
remember that.
competition to a national competition to have an all expense paid trip to France, that kind of thing. So
Okay.
you didn't have that growing up?
No,
I'll be darned. But
no,
you
we
grew
did
up,
not.
you said
I don't.
Chicago, did
I don't remember the National Honor Society, and I got really good grades, but yet I don't remember that. I remember my aunt was the teacher in charge of the National Honor Society, at least at her school at Whitted here in Durham, back in the 70s. But I don't know if Chicago. I don't know.
Did that? That's interesting. I thought that I mean, because I
And
didn't
I
live
was a
in a
top
major
student.
city,
I don't
and
know.
that's where we would get kids from, like Los Angeles, and I don't remember Chicago, quite frankly, but I do. I
I
remember
don't
Los
know.
Angeles, and I
Maybe it was
remember
only for
Denver.
certain
That
kids. I
was
don't know.
close. No, it was
I,
very
I don't know.
common. It truly. But the thing is, where I was going with the story,
Hmm.
is that for all of our schools across America, for the
Hmm.
children, that the grade school children, and that is to have that kind of an opportunity where they can
Hmm.
spend a summer camp at somebody's farm where they learn where those things come from,
You
and
know,
even
come to think of it, I forgot that when I was a little kid, my cousins, we could only afford to visit down here to Durham, to drive down here and visit a couple of times during my childhood. And I do remember when I was really little, I think we visited when I was 6, and again when I was maybe 9. But our cousins they were farmers, and they had a nice farm. Well, it was nice to me, I don't know. But they had cows, they had a bull in the barn with a ring through his nose. They had horses, a lot of cats, and they had dug a pond outside the back door, a shallow pond,
uh,
and kids could go there from all around. They'd have to be invited, of course, or to know my cousins. But yeah, it was a fishing pond for kids,
uh-huh,
and then on either side, they owned the land from either side. It was on the boundary were small lakes, and that land is the farm is gone now. It's now part of the IBM Research Triangle Park. So IBM owns it now. So yeah, so
wow.
I forgot, I did get to see cows when I was a youngster, a
Uh-huh.
little kid, and my sister
Well,
got to ride their horses. I didn't get to, but my sister did because she was older.
did you have home economics when you went to school?
Sadly, no, and we didn't have
I
civics either.
mean, neither one of those were available at your school?
It wasn't taught in Chicago. We were in this weird period where home ec was abolished and civics. The only civics you got was the seventh or eighth grade. There was this huge test of the
Oh, wow.
Constitution and state history. I think that was seventh grade, I believe. So really, really lacking in those two areas. I don't know why. I don't even think. Now, my niece went to the same school that I did generations later, of course, um, and they didn't have home ec at Kenwood at her school either. So
Wow.
I just don't think it's. I think it's like my dad taught us a lot. He taught us that everything is political. It's not just voting every 4 years. So we got some good home training in terms of politics. But as far as the schools, unless you were lucky to have a like a Southern grandmother or something, or a mom who was adept, with cooking skills and stuff, which mine necessarily wasn't. Sorry, mom. You simply didn't learn how to cook or clean, unless you had help at home.
And
So yeah,
so, did you go to college too?
yeah, Talladega College in Alabama. Mhm.
And those kinds of options weren't available to you in college either?
No, when I see home ec being taught on
I don't
television,
think they called it
it's
home
always at
ec.
the high school level, not college. I can't imagine it being taught in college. Home ec?
It wasn't called home ec, but it's
Mhm.
like it's to help you start your life. They assume that you're going to college and going to get married back in those days. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
That was just the general assumption.
I don't know. We were that wasn't well. I understand.
I'm
None,
just saying,
yeah.
as a society, as you grew up, and and you got married and you had kids and you worked a job for 40
Mhm.
years and then you retired and that was
Mhm.
that. So we
Yeah.
kind of threw all of that out, didn't we?
Well, it wasn't assumed. I know we're a couple years apart in age, but at my college, no, not necessarily. Now, what's really interesting about black colleges is that we were, from what I understand, at least in the 70s when I went to school, that we were like the opposite. Whereas with white colleges, at least back then, you had double the number of male students to female. And in black colleges, it was the opposite. You doubled the number of female students to male. So actually, what was being encouraged when I was in school was becoming a good citizen, getting that good job, or starting that good business, and not necessarily getting married.
I'll be
Although that it was, I mean, it was assumed that you would,
Mhm.
but that wasn't. I mean, I heard even I heard a Jewish person say that when girls went to college, you were going for your MRS degree, which sounded really goofy to me. But again, we have different
RS
cultures,
degree.
different outlets. Yeah,
I,
it sounds a little
okay.
corny. That's kind of corny to me.
I've
But I,
never heard that before. I've had several Jewish girlfriends, but I've never heard that before.
yeah,
And in fact,
I
every
think it
Jewish
sounds cute.
girlfriend had that I had as a young person
Hmm.
ended up becoming a lawyer or a judge.
Nice.
Every Jewish girlfriend
Okay.
I had. I thought,
Okay.
isn't that peculiar? And I met one of them was a secretary, an executive secretary when I met her.
Hmm.
And another one was a young girl that I had known through Girl Scouts of all
Hmm.
things, and just kept in
Interesting.
contact with. That's
Interesting.
strange. Yes. Yeah. Well, I the reason I jumped in today is I
Hmm.
don't know about you, but I over because one of those memories that came up on Facebook this week was about Blab, Blab closing down
Oh
in
yeah,
2016.
wonderful
I think
live
it was on
streaming
the 8th,
platform.
but it was on the 8th and I thought what is because several of the Blab people, as you know, ended up working for Amazon.
Really,
Yeah.
I didn't.
And
Oh, okay.
in Twitch and that, but if you
Huh.
noticed in Twitch lately, I started seeing, and that's what brought Blab back to me, is I started seeing. Remember the clapping hands that we had, to
Sure. Yeah.
they came up in Twitch the other day, and I thought, I'll be darned. That's
Mhm. How about that?
But you know, all these different platforms, everything that has happened since then,
Mhm.
there was a piece of magic there that none of them have been able to replicate.
That's
And
true. That's true.
I've gone through that and I thought, when that was very active,
Mhm.
you before I would get up in the morning and I was just so excited to find, to explore, to see
Mhm.
what I would find
Mhm.
and connect with people from around the world. But it was very rare for people not to come to the party dressed. I mean, everybody they had put their makeup on and they'd comb their hair and
Mhm.
so forth and so on. They'd get dressed to come to the party. And you actually looked forward to it.
Yeah, it was a magical time and a magical platform. We've all gone our separate ways. Some have gone to Twitch. Some have gone to Get Vocal, which I also like. Um, I
I
don't
didn't
even
know
know.
that was still around.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. I was just watching one of Kente's. Actually, Kente was showing Adventures in Babysitting, the movie on Get Vocal. And it was like watching Mystery Science Theater 3000. They were making, jokes on the side while watching the movie. It was really fun.
Huh.
That was on Get Vocal. You can do that without getting put in jail for showing someone else's copyrighted materials. But yeah, so we've
I
all
can't
gone our ways.
remember.
But But live streaming, I really encourage those of you who are watching who have never tried it um, to try coming on and talking in front of a camera. It's really fun. And if you want to try it by hopping in on Bull City Hangout, I would welcome that as well. It's a good way to see what it's like. And it's really fun to have your own show or to join other people. I on Blab, I really didn't have my own show. I think I did some TV Skywriter episodes on Blab, but for the most part, I just jumped in on other people's shows and got comfortable and really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was all about the conversation. It
Hmm.
was really the live video conversation because it connected people
It was
um,
fun.
and the environments. I mean, I would come on cam a lot and then I would show my environment a lot because more, I think none of us can resist actually seeing ourselves on screen. You know,
Hmm.
we're all taught to look at the eye of the camera on
Hmm.
whatever device that we're using, but you can't help but your eyes seeing, and it's like, oh, I don't want to look at me anymore. You know, and I want to share my environment. And
Right.
I know that for me personally, the environment I live in, it's really magical and
Very pretty.
changing all the time. And so, and there are lots of folks it helps them to see
Hmm.
that, to, just get through their day, to just be able to sail away in their imagination. So it was a feel good kind of thing. But
Definitely. I'm hoping one day someone from your balloon group, well, obviously not this year, but maybe next year, can live stream from a balloon, hot air balloon.
well, they have been live streaming. They
Oh,
have been live streaming from the balloons.
oh,
I
okay.
guess you're missing some of those
Well,
then.
I want them to be on Bull City Hangout.
Oh, well,
That would
geez,
be
so
fun.
why can't we arrange that? We can
I
certainly
think I
arrange.
think we're going to because I'm going to ask you about it.
Well, maybe
I
when
actually I actually had a military. I can't remember his rank, but a military Navy guy to show us his ship on
you
board a
have
naval ship.
in North Carolina, you actually have someone who's very famous in ballooning. Well, you have quite a few of the pioneers in
Okay.
the area, but someone who's very famous, and he actually is not in the group anymore. He actually unfriended me of all things, and I
Oh
have no clue why.
no.
But he is.
Hi, Rhonda.
I'll have to give you his information
Okay.
because he would be someone to interview for your area historically
Okay.
because he
Okay.
has a
Awesome.
collection and everything. But we should, and I mean, I certainly, maybe we should toss around, you joining me in balloon talk and
Sure.
just wanting to learn about balloons and the whole thing.
Sure.
And because we don't have any problems gabbing.
Yeah. No. No problem at all. And like I told
Yeah,
you,
to see if we can't
I
get them to come in and join us.
that would be awesome. And like I told you, I saw a hot air balloon up close once. That was very exciting
Yeah,
when I was in Virginia. And
yeah.
in fact, just for the people who weren't privy to that conversation, basically, I was visiting Professor Zaire, one of my professors from Talladega College, and his family, and we were having breakfast in their home in Virginia. We heard this weird sound. We were like, "What the heck is that?" We looked out the window, and there was a balloon going overhead. So we hopped in the car and chased it,
Uh-huh.
and we were able to meet balloon people in some park in Virginia. It's
I think
awesome.
we should really explore doing that. Um, because, this is a good time. I know you're artistic as well. You can build your own balloon, but also I have been, it's like, what are the things you've done everything in life you want to do, Barb, but what's missing? Those kinds of things.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I know you're in my balloon group and you've seen a couple of posts about the RC balloons and the remote control balloons.
Oh yes, yes. Mhm.
And so even they are larger. And I thought, I know that so many times in conducting events,
Mhm.
and especially if you're doing a show and tell in a school, if you can
Mhm.
have something smaller that looks real, that looks like a real balloon,
Yeah.
but showing the children, it's like that step before, even before the RC balloon would be cool. And so that gets down to us as artists and crafters. Um, the when I was growing up, there were McCall's and simplicity patterns that we had to work with, and then
Oh
some of us
yeah.
created our own
Okay.
patterns. But I know we can do that, and in
Okay.
each of those panels creating art. So maybe that's a direction to take it, since
Yeah.
we're all kind of stuck because um, you know, where do you go to find locate writing in your area? Shamika asks. Well, Shamika, North Carolina has lots, and the thing is, there's loads of directories online. All you have to do is Google it, girl. Put North Carolina hot air ballooning, and it'll come right up.
Wow.
But there are various organizations in that, and if you're really, really interested, um, I have the Balloon Talk group that is there on Facebook. But I think really, Patricia and we've been hanging out since 2015 or so.
At least. At
Yeah,
least.
and if that's one of your goals, then I really think we should consider doing that.
That would be fun. Now, I did cover a story where some Durham police officers were jumping from planes for I think it was one of those educational type. Anyway, it was at an airport that was not too far from Durham. It was between Franklinton and Lewisburg, and it's the huge expanse of just beautiful grass. I'm expecting that hot air ballooning is probably in that same area because it's so beautiful and lush and green and wide open. Wait a minute, Curtis, your mom has been in a balloon? What? I want to know if this is true, if she's actually been up in a balloon. And Shamika's, you know what, Shamika, when I go, let's go together. Seriously. Because I'm going to, by hook or crook, I'm going to cover the story of hot air ballooning in North Carolina some kind of way with the help of Barb. So when I go, I'll let you know and you can come too. Because, oh my God, Curtis's mom has been up in a balloon several times.
And so if
Whoa.
he knows, the area she was in and that, it's highly likely that I know the pilot that took his mom up, and if I don't, I can find out who it is and the balloon and everything.
Now Curtis is in Texas, but I don't know if that means that
Oh,
I don't know if that means that his mom's in Texas too. I don't know
well,
because he's
Texas is very big in
my
ballooning.
hometown.
Texas is,
I can imagine because it's wide. Whenever I see Texas, it's wide open,
yeah,
wide
lots of
open
balloons
skies.
in Texas. Well, let's work on that. Let's
Okay,
and we'll
seriously.
in behind the scenes in Born to Stream Live. We'll get that rolling. I actually have a new member in Born to Stream Live who is who is one of our commercial balloon ride pilots, who is a
Okay.
professional photographer. He's a
Ooh.
world class professional photographer.
Okay.
He was chosen by Adobe, and he has
Okay.
all those amazing credentials, but he's also a really, really cool guy. He
Hmm.
actually joined the group a few days ago, and I just haven't had time to even get in to announce that he's there. But what we ought to do is, well, in New Mexico, of course, Curtis. That,
That's your stomping ground.
that's ballooning mecca. So
Oh, is it? Okay.
that's where the largest ballooning event. multi-day event in the world has been, since the 70s. So, I
Wow.
mean, it was the very first, and the largest has maintained that since the 70s. So,
Oh
yes,
man.
all of the people the pioneers, and that's that group you're in. That's the OG in that group are all the people that are left from the people
Mhm.
that started up.
And I
But
promise, Shamika wants me to promise. So yes, I promise to let you know when I cover this story.
rides are anywhere. Usually, they range in anywhere from $250 to $300 a ride. And but COVID has, because the pilots want to be safe, all
Hmm.
that, and so this is a different angle. COVID has changed the game for
Hmm.
everybody
Yeah.
because ballooning is an event, and you have to get closer to people than you might think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and,
Because you're in
and
that basket. Yeah.
there's the adventure of you never know exactly where you're going to land, and and how you're going to land, whether it's going to be a soft landing or a hard landing.
Oh, I would want a soft landing for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
We-
loved your eyes when you said that.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? But I'm telling you, girlfriend, it doesn't. You never know. That's part of the adventure. so,
Okay.
so you have to be prepared. So,
Okay. I didn't know there was a choice.
well, yeah, it's not a, I mean, they wind, all of those things that, you learn about that. And of course, that's, if you're following along in Balloon Talk, a lot of times that's where those conversations are rolling. So, and helping
Oh,
people. But, your newness, your awareness, and because you are experienced in asking questions, and you're definitely not shy about that, you know, I think we could pull something off.
okay. Because I would be doing it as a reporter who's
Uh-huh.
promoting. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Well, we can do that. We can actually do that. I got the domain ballooningnews.com.
Ooh.
Um in fact, we could talk about that.
You
That
have a lot of you
that
have a lot of cool domains, Barb.
well, I had back in the day, I had to acquire domains the way that the internet worked. Think
Hmm.
talk about weaving, the web weaving, is that the way that it worked,
Hmm.
um and before, um in those days, if you had ancillary sites,
Hmm.
domains, locations, and you mentioned the primary domain, they would be linked together. So more and more people, if they were looking at keywords and so forth, would
Hmm.
gravitate towards the main one. So I got related ballooning domain names to facilitate and complement my work for the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, because I
Nice.
was director of all of the online media
Okay.
for that event. I brought them on the internet, and clear through 2001 was my last year on the field. In 2002, I completed my last contract with them.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah,
Okay.
but uh, for sure we could do that, and
Okay.
I like the whole idea, and
I do too.
and
I really do.
I why didn't we think of that before? But actually, it's about time and place, because
Hmm.
I know you were a caregiver when we first started out,
Right. Right.
and
Hmm.
I was a caregiver, and
Right.
both of us have gotten beyond that now. So hopefully, it's just about us. So let's
Hmm.
do it.
Okay. We
Sounds
will
good.
definitely do that. Of course, it'll be next year, not this year, but looking forward
Oh,
to it. And we'll talk.
totally.
We'll continue to talk
Okay, sounds good.
because I
I,
know they've got to come up with a vaccine sooner or later, so that we can get on with our
oh, I think,
lives.
yeah, I think that's forthcoming very quickly. I don't think that's a
Yeah, hurry up, man.
very, I feel comfortable about that. But there's so much, there's everything is going to be changed,
Hmm.
period,
That's for sure. That's
because
for
it,
sure.
it created a level of awareness that none of us had ever expected to have or yearned to have, actually, but we
Hmm.
had to just get through life.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Okay. Well, you have a great rest of your day.
Okay, Barb. Thanks for stopping by, and thank you for the information on the Facebook memories. I'm going to pass it along to my friend so that she won't get bombarded with memories every time she goes on Facebook.
Yeah, you're welcome. Again, I'll see you on the other side.
Okay, take care, Barb. That was so fun. So if anybody else wants to join me, and Curtis, if you're there, we were talking about branding and what was the word you used? Show cards. I think that's the. So let me just show you what I came up with. If I can find it. Oh, where is it? Boom. Huh? Huh? What do you think? So I can tell people to send information to durhamskywriter@gmail.com. What do you think about that, Curtis? I also have it in black, but I don't think it shows up very well. I've got that. That's not too bad. White is better for that background. And then I have this as well. Send info, Durham Skywriter, Durham's online community paper. How about that? And the way I did it, I created it in Canva using 1980 by 10. Wait, do I have it written down? But anyway, it's the regular 16:9 screen. I had it written down somewhere. Oh, 1920 by 1080. Right. So I created it 1920 by 1080. And then I created it in Canva using those dimensions. And then I made it a PNG file. When you click to save, they ask you if you want a transparent background. And I said yes. And so there you go. Oops. There you go. So, folks, if you want to learn how to do that, Canva is free, canva.com, and then you choose 1920 by 1080. You create, just click around. I uploaded my logo, obviously, Durham Skywriter, and then saved it as a PNG file, and then uploaded it to. I'm using StreamYard under the overlay um, section. Wait, I have yellow, I have coral, okay, turquoise. So there you go. So anyway, so if you need more information on how to do that, I'd be very, very happy to help you with that. Okay, and Curtis loves, thank you, Curtis. Okay, wait a minute. Boom. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, thank you. So I'd like to see what you come up with because I know you do Mediascope on Wednesdays at 6 on Facebook. So I'd like to see what else you come up with because you're doing a wonderful job with Tachi. And again, wait a minute. Is today Wednesday? That's today. Folks, check out Mediascope. That's today, 6 o'clock, all about social media and pop culture with Tachi and MC Curtis. It's on Facebook. It's on LinkedIn. WRJ, oh shoot, I forget. Anyway, an online radio station, I forget. But definitely check out Facebook. I think Twitter, Periscope, right? Periscope, and LinkedIn, for sure. So there you go. And the old-fashioned text, oh yeah, I like it too. So if nobody's going to join me on camera, I'm going to mosey on. And it just turned cloudy, so we really might get thunderstorms. Let's see, chance. No, it's supposed to be late. It's supposed to be partly sunny with thunderstorms tomorrow. But still, WJMS radio. Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate that. So I don't know what's going to happen with the weather. It's cloudy now. Anyway, you enjoy your afternoon, enjoy your evening, and I will see you again tomorrow at noon. So, ciao for now. If I can find it. Uh-oh. There it is. See you tomorrow.